I was the last person to see Levi Davis, says bartender as the sun retraces missing X Factor star's final steps. A bartender who was the last person to see Levi Davis alive has spoken of the X Factor star's final moments before he vanished. Levi, 24, an aspiring singer and talented rugby player, appeared to have a glittering future when he disappeared nearly 6 months ago in Barcelona on October 29. Mystery surrounds his disappearance, with police remaining tight-lipped, leaving his loved ones desperate for answers. Now 6 months on since the Worthing Raiders winger vanished, The Sun Online tried to pick up his trail in Ibiza and Barcelona. During our 5-day search, we came across one of the last people to see him alive, a bartender at the Old Irish pub in Barcelona. CCTV footage shows him leaving the pub, a final glimpse of him before he appears to have fallen off the face of the earth. The star's disappearance sparked multiple theories, from having drowned in Barcelona to the possibility he might have gone missing voluntarily. The most extravagant theory sees him being hunted down by a Somalian gang over a £100,000 debt. We arrive at the Old Irish pub, which is just off the bustling Los Ramblas, and speak to the bartender, who reveals she saw Levi arrive at around 9:30 p.m. He was alone and sat at the front near the door and had a beer. He had his backpack with him, she told our reporter. There was live music at the venue that night, and Levi had his pint watching the Liverpool vs Leeds game on TV. He seemed normal. He didn't stay long and left around 10 p.m., she added. The bartender, who declined to be named, tells us that she had given a statement to the police as part of the probe. Her account casts doubt on the theory he was living in fear while being hunted by a gang. His backpack, which contained his beloved laptop that he used as a mobile music studio, has never been found. His phone also remains missing, but appears to have been accessed after he vanished, and his bank cards have not been used. Little is known about Levi's movements after leaving the Old Irish pub. The only trace of Levi was his passport, which was discovered 20 days later in Barcelona port. And so, The Sun Online followed Levi's footsteps to try and find any information on what may have happened, with serious questions being asked about the effectiveness of the police response. Our reporter started from sunny Ibiza, where Levi spent 2 weeks staying with his close friend Richard Squire while on a break following a knee injury. The former Bath winger had told Squire he was going to see some friends in the Catalan capital, but he disappeared just hours after arriving on the Spanish mainland. After tracking him down on the island, he hit out at rubbish theories surrounding his disappearance, such as the involvement of Somali gangs, but declined to comment further. It's a chilly sunny day in March, and our journey begins exactly where Levis started, at the Ibiza town port at 10 a.m. We are traveling on a Balearia ferry, the same Levi used for the 8-hour trip to Barcelona. As it's not peak tourist season, there is only a handful of us traveling on foot. It seems that those who opt to travel by ferry either need to transport their vehicle or want to avoid the cost of a last-minute flight. We go up to the top deck and stand nearly exactly where Levi recorded a strange garbled video message, which he sent to his mum, Julie Davis. "Hi Mum. It's beautiful," said Levi. And then we visited the bar, where we spoke to staff, asking if they had any memories of Levi. Sadly, the crew on our sailing did not, as most of them were new, but one woman commented such as a tall, muscular young man would be hard to miss even in a crowd. We immediately become familiar with the other passengers in the modest lounge and on the deck during the 8-hour crossing. It strikes our reporter that someone must have seen Levi. And yet, as far as we are aware, no one from his ferry on the morning of October 29 has come forward to say they've seen him, despite a desperate plea from his family. The long trip comes to its end at around 7 p.m. and the boat docks in Barcelona. Unlike Ibiza's sleepy off-season port, Barcelona's harbor is bustling with life. It's also where Levi's passport was discovered near a cargo shipment almost 3 weeks after he went missing. There is a 2-hour gap between his arrival in Barcelona and his last sighting at the Old Irish pub in Los Ramblas. It's about an hour's walk from the port to the Old Irish pub, so probably unlikely Levi had gone there on foot. Whether the young man met with someone, walked nearly an hour to the city center, or got a taxi remains a mystery. Chatting to the taxi driver on the way, he tells us he is familiar with the case, with it being often featured on talk radio. Los Ramblas is a dodgy place for tourists, he warns us as he drops us off near where Levi was last seen. And indeed, while walking through the bustling tourist streets, you can feel the eyes of skilled pickpocketers and fraudsters on you. The area is also known for the so-called narcopisos, or drug houses. Criminals in the area often attack tourists by throwing them to the ground and using codes such as whistling to identify and track their targets. The Old Irish Pub is exactly what one would expect, a traditional Irish pub filled with shamrocks and leprechauns for those yearning for a pint of Guinness. Levi was last seen leaving the pub around 10 p.m. wearing jeans, a white t-shirt and trainers. He also had his backpack with him. It was previously reported that the rugby player watched the Liverpool vs Leeds game on TV as well as a live singer before heading off. CCTV footage from the pub shows him turning left on La Rambla. He was spotted heading towards Hard Rock Cafe in Plaza Catalunya before being seen walking in the direction of Café Zurich across the road, according to the Spanish press. We follow the same path starting from the Hard Rock Cafe, where the manager tells us he has never seen anything suspicious happening in the area. Crossing the busy crossroad, we look at the closed Café Zurich and note there are multiple CCTVs in the area. It was somewhere there that Levi's trail went cold. The following day we head to Sants train station, where Levi's phone signal was picked up overnight. Barcelona's mainline train station is a 40-minute walk from Los Ramblas, reducing the possibility he could have walked there. He was not seen by any CCTV in the area, suggesting his phone might have been stolen. Next stop is the Corts police station, where officers give little to no information on the case as Spanish law prevents them from commenting on open investigations. Speaking to The Sun Online at Barcelona's Les Corts station, police are still reluctant to offer any update on the case, insisting the investigation remains open and it is still a missing persons case. Press officers say they are aware of all existing theories, including those of Somalian pirates, and are open to all possibilities. They justified the limited information on Levi's case, saying that in missing person cases, they have to consider the possibility the person has disappeared voluntarily. Levi was reported missing a week after he vanished, on November 6, by his friend Squire. His disappearance sparked a frantic search in the Catalan capital, but now the trail appears to be cold. Last month Levi's case was handed over to a specialist crime unit, as a family source disputed the findings by private investigator Gavin Burrows. They have not provided evidence of the information that they give to the media. There's neither kidnapping nor super debt, they told El País. Catalan cops previously said the case contains disturbing issues with no logical explanation. We continue wandering the side streets of Los Ramblas and check the two locations where there were potential sightings of Levi after he vanished. Weeks after Levi's disappearance, a witness claimed they had seen him wandering near La Boqueria Market, just a 6-minute walk from the Irish pub where he was last seen. The colorful bustling market is filled with fresh products and local delicacies, popular among both tourists and locals. The same witness said they had seen him looking lost and confused a week earlier in Plaça Sant Agustín near the city's Arc de Triomphe monument, an area frequented by the city's homeless. Even though the police was said to have investigated those sightings, nothing has come out of it. Burrows started working on the case in December, offering a £10,000 reward for information leading to the Worthing Raiders player. Hill later claimed that Levi may have fled for his life to escape a Somali drug gang he owed over £100,000. The PI also discovered that Levi's Instagram had up to 38 contacts mysteriously deleted. One of Levi's friends revealed that a message they sent to the missing star 2 months after he disappeared had in fact been read. In the December 15th message, which has been shared with The Sun Online, Levi's friend pleaded, "Please come home. I love you. And miss you XX." Levi had posted a haunting final video in which he said he was being blackmailed by criminals who threatened to kill him and his family. Key time appears to have been lost in probing his disappearance, with him not reported missing for a week. The first 72 hours of a missing persons investigation are key, but nearly 168 hours had passed before a police report was filed over Levi. The wheels of the police investigation also appear to have moved slowly, with the Spanish cops reluctant to provide updates on the probe. But right now they insist the probe remains open and it is still a missing person inquiry, but this will be cold comfort to those who care for Levi.